Welcome back to another episode of The Peak, brought to you by Go Doobies and G Fuel. Today we're sitting down with a powerhouse trio that's redefining what it means to be a modern girl group. The Mako Girls, representing Atlanta, Georgia. This dynamic group, Mimi, Anai, and Kina, have built a movement blending pop, R&B, rap, and high-energy dance into a sound that's both fresh and unapologetically their own. With over 1.6 million followers on TikTok, nearly 100,000 on their group Instagram, fans streaming their music across platforms appreciate the Mako Girls for proving that independent artistry can still hit major numbers. The recent releases, Celebration Work, Cut to the Chase, Snakes, and Outside showcase their growth as writers, performers, and visionaries, each track delivering the confidence and unity that define their sound. So today, we're going to be diving into the full story from the beginnings in Atlanta to how they're taking their place worldwide amongst the next generation of pop icons. These are the Mako Girls, and this is their moment. Let's start from the very top. How are you guys doing today?
We're good.
Good. There's water back there if you guys need it. And so let's get right into how this all started. For people who might just now be discovering you all, how did the sister trio begin, and what did those early days in Atlanta look like for you all creatively?
Right. So us starting was very I would say it started out with us just getting inspired by the boy group Mindless Behavior, watching their process. Not really sure we had the ability to sing for real. We knew we could dance because we were already doing little talent shows here and there with our cousins. We love to entertain at parties, but the singing ability, we just winged it. And we found that we actually had the ability. We worked with a vocal coach, just training that craft for us, or that talent. And then over the summer, we actually wrote our first single, and then kind of everything just snowballed from there, like building the foundation. Okay, we can do it. Let's kind of develop it a little bit, and then we kind of just jumped out there like, hey, let's start doing a couple shows, and then kind of work through experience.
I would say the first few shows that we were trying to get into, because there wasn't a lot of young shows or any opportunities for young artists.
Because mind you, at the time we were 10, 12, and 14 trying to make it in the industry.
And then we ended up trying to go to the club and perform. We were like, got to sneak in, and then we got to sneak out. It was a crazy moment, but we ended up trying to make a platform for other artists because we knew that there wasn't an opportunity like that for younger artists at that point.
Yeah, and I think being so young, it's amazing that you guys were able to get together and do that. A lot of sisters, they don't even like each other.
No.
Work on something together. Yeah. So you said that over the summer you had wrote that first song. Did you write that together? Was that a process that all of you were a part of?
Oh my gosh, yes. 3 months. Literally, when I say the whole summer, because we didn't know we had the writing ability either. We just kind of was like, okay, we know we want to have a party song. At first it was going to be what about your friends? And it kind of switched to a party song. And then I literally can vividly remember us sitting upside down on the couch, writing Kina's rap, because we were just trying to get words together, knew what we wanted to talk about, but how to properly put it together. And I would say a lot of people still remember the song to this day. It's still a bop for them. That's the only song they know. The first one that we've done.
You know what? We should just play Tootsie.
No, please, no.
And so is that one on all platforms?
Yes, it's still out there if you want to listen to it. It is still a bop, I'm not gonna lie.
And so you guys dabble in the lanes of urban pop meets rap and R&B, not forgetting the vibrant dance energy. When did you all first realize that all of these lanes together made your sound and not just one thing?
I feel like recently we finally established what our sound is, but just over time, even when we were just putting our music together, we just kind of did what felt right to us in a way. We didn't gravitate more towards the very belty ballad songs. That wasn't our style. There was a moment in time where we were just doing a lot of raps back to back, but then it was okay, that's cool, but we still want to have a little bit of flair, a little bit of melody in the songs beyond just the chorus part, having the harmonies. And so I think we started working with the writing team actually in 2021, and then from there, that's when we started really crafting our sound and really building the sound that you guys hear now, which is that urban pop flair, where it has the swag and kind of rap cadence in the verses, but it's still very melodic in a way. So that's how we got.
It's Atlanta coming out of us when you hear the swag.
Yeah, we're gonna get further into the chemistry and make sure that on Instagram we don't have all those filters. We're getting a really quality sound without the air conditioning and stuff. And so each of you have that chemistry in the music, but you also have your own styles that are showcasing the music a lot. What do you all do outside of music and dance, and how do those personal hobbies feed back into the image of your brand?
Yeah, that was funny. We just did a whole video.
We did just talk about this on our page.
Not live yet, but it's actually a great opportunity for us to just discuss this in general. Outside of music, like Keena and I are into like anime, cosplay, and gaming and stuff like that. And so literally, like our influence to be able to not only like just connect with the audience more because we all have like the same common interests of stuff. Like we do videos with like certain. Keena will mainly be doing it. She'll have like the anime accessories, so she'll have either the Naruto headband, or she'll have the Tanjiro earrings and stuff. And then like people's like, oh my god, they like that stuff. Hey, I can connect them to them because first off, we like the same things, and then y'all music is fire too. So it just builds that gap.
It is fire, right?
And then I know on the outside, I'm over here in the beauty world, love hair, makeup, all that, and honestly became like the hairstylist doing their hair all the time. So when we started, we already was told like you should learn how to do your hair and learn how to do your makeup just to have that skill. And I think being into that interest, it actually added to us when we're doing photo shoots. Like we don't necessarily have to have a makeup artist. We've been able to teach each other the skills. So over the years, it's been something we progressed and found our own style in, and been able to like do photo shoots, knock them out without like even having to have sometimes a makeup artist on set.
I would say outside of music, like personally, I like how Anai said, cosplay, gaming, but I also sew and do jigsaw puzzles too.
Oh my god! Let's go back into music. Patience. I mean, when I'm looking for the Keena has the granny hobbies. Okay? I know. To maintain it.
Somebody's got to crochet.
Right. Literally.
And then Anai, outside of music, she trains in Muay Thai, and she drug us into it. But she's mainly the one in the gym putting up numbers and putting up hands.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, I think it's dope to have those hobbies outside of music, especially ones that can kind of embellish the music, like being a makeup artist, doing the hair. When you're in front of live audiences and you're showcasing things like the cosplaying, it's important to have someone on the side that can do the makeup or can even explain like the makeup deeper, because a lot of those cosplay people, they're not just there to look, they do it too.
Yeah.
So they want to know like, how did you get that going? Yeah. So that's really dope that you guys were able to have that in-house and not have to outsource it.
Yeah.
And so being sisters and bandmates can of course, be a real mix of harmony and tension. So how do you guys balance the family and business when it comes to creative arguments?
I strangle them I'm joking. Honestly, we communicate a lot and we get on each other. I think that's the beauty of like having sisters, because we've been taught from a young age, y'all are all y'all have. Regardless if the parents are there, if the family's there or not, y'all are sisters. Y'all have to have each other's backs. So we've been raised that way, to have each other's backs, communicate with each other, talk to each other. We're like, okay, let's figure something out. I know you have an attitude this day. Let's try to bring it down, and then let's communicate afterwards and see what needs to be done. Or we even communicate about like our languages, or how we like to be criticized, or critiqued, or how we like to criticize, how we like to be critiqued, or how we like to be like communicated to. So it can make it easier for us to be like, okay, I understand you feeling this way. Let's try to like process this and move forward.
Yeah, or even just in the workspace, like sometimes even in recording sessions, it can get a little, sometimes if you're working on a note and it's not coming out right, you got 15 million people coming at you, like you have to learn your process. So I think like what Keena was saying, us being sisters, we've kind of been able to talk it through even outside of the music space, just to kind of understand, okay, I'm encouraged when I'm being taught to this way, or I feel inspired when somebody's telling me how to do it this way versus like you're doing wrong. Right. So I think just that communication, just being upfront, and even just learning, having, I think our own personal time adds to us working together and relieving some of that tension too, just like being on each other all day long. I think us getting our me time, our moment to know ourselves, to come back to work together has been the best thing also, to like help with working together, tension, things like that.
I think that's really important, to be able to work through that. A lot of people, not even in a group, just music in general, it's a lot of people not communicating. People are like, forget you, and then they do them dirty. And it's like, I feel like that's not the space that we need to be in as we move further, especially young girls in this type of atmosphere. You have to be protected, so to have your sisters there protecting you. Super important. If you guys are just now tapping in, we're sitting down with the Mako girls, an amazing powerhouse trio here. We want to know further into Mako. What does that mean for you all personally, and how has that evolved for you as you kind of gotten older?
Right.
Okay.
So Mako is actually us. So it even means M for Mimi,
A for 9.
K for Kina, and our last name Ochoa.
and I think it's something that's really stuck. We've also, I'm not even gonna lie, we came up with like, what if we went by something else, but just Mako just feels right. We've worked with our vocal coaches, like, no, it just matches y'all so much, y'all's energy. So I think the brand is just a good vibe, like having fun with music, just enjoying what you're doing. And we're just we love to like showcase our like relationship with sisters and things like that. So I feel like Mako Girls or Mako like as a brand is just us being great sisters, being talented, like going for what we want, even at a young age, just putting that out there too. Like if you want to do something, you don't have to settle, go out and do it yourself. Like you can start at a young age. We were starting super young and didn't know what we were doing, and it's just that experience, trial and error to get to this point. And you can build anything from the ground up, because we've even made our own events. We've even worked with brands without having anybody like backing us on. This is just the strength of our own like energy through social media that people can see.
Yeah, and I feel like when you have control of that, that is when you can kind of use it the way you want, and you don't get played dirty and
Right.
you know. So definitely hold on to that. I asked you guys outside and about you being independent, and I feel like that's something that I'm so glad to hear, is that you have your family here with you, and it stays that way, because that's who's gonna look out for you the best. An industry where a lot of people just want to get over on you, and then they see something so amazing and they can only think of how I can exploit it. But you can't exploit it if I own it. Right. And so moving deeper into the music, your latest single, Celebration, it feels like a statement. It's bright, it's confident, and of course also the music is dance driven. And so what story were you trying to tell through that song? How did the song come to be?
Okay, so originally, actually, when we got the song Celebration, so this was actually like pitched to us in the middle of us writing another song. So she was just the writer, Key, amazing person. She was like, hey, I just want to hear you guys' like first opinion of the song, if you guys like it, and then see what your voices sound like on it. And so initially, just like hearing the song, we was like, okay, first off, we're hooked, because it's like this Afro-fusion lifestyle beat, and that's already, we're West Indian background. We love listening to all genres of music, so like we're heavy in soca, like dancehall, right? All of that, we love it. So hearing the Afro-fusion beat, I was like, oh my gosh.
And I was also sold by the message, because hearing stories from our friends just talking about, because the concept of this is not your typical sad breakup song. It's more of like, I'm ready to be back in solitude, like getting to know myself, releasing myself from this relationship.
Like finally, we're over.
That's like no longer serving me, and kind of getting back to yourself. So that's like the beauty of this song. It's more of a celebration, because you're leaving something that is no longer good for you. And we just like that vibe. Like I literally have a friend who was like, I'm just glad I could just sit in my room and play Sims. I don't have to be on the phone with anybody tonight. So I was like, I literally
actually gonna have the soundtrack.
I literally can add it to the playlist of songs for that mode. So I just love that we can tell the story of different girls, or even like our closest friends, on what they're going through.
I mean, I like the song. It's the first song that I listened to, just because it was at the top. And it was the first song that I listened to in the discography. I use Spotify too, and it's beautiful. I really enjoy it, and it is different from the other tracks. And all the tracks are really a lot different from each other. No two tracks are identical, I would say. Even in the style of music, you might have a little bit of more R&B-ish here, you might have a little bit more hip-hop here, you're rapping on some of the tracks, and so it's really nice to see the diversity between the music. Looking back at the past works like Cut to the Chase, Snakes, way back to Turning Up the Crowd, there's been a growth in both the message and the sound. And so what has changed most about you all when it comes to making music today?
I feel like we are so intentional now when it comes to creating music that it's telling a story. I think before we were just having fun. So it's like we want to just have something we could dance to. It's a good time. Maybe even something that's trending at the moment. But I feel like now it's like we want to tell our lives into the music, or have something relatable that's connecting with more people than it just being like, some people can't relate to like, going from the studio to this to that. We tell our story in that way, but like we want to also tell the story of other people. So I feel like we put that into perspective perspective when we're creating like songs.
I think we took that into account. Like even when we were younger, it was like we want the audience to grow with us.
Yeah, that too.
Kind of feeling like, okay, we went from one place and then we went to
jumped to growing up super fast.
We wanted to make sure like the audience kind of grew up with us and kind of like followed us along the journey of us kind of making music. So
or even just our melodies, like the way how we construct songs now. Like after being in the industry for so long and then just like working with different writers, we finally found our like style, how we like to vocally arrange a song, how we want the melody to like blend into like this music. Like that stuff you learn over time for some, and for us that's how we have learned, like, okay, this is what I want our music to sound like. I know that I don't want this type of cadence in our songs, I want this one instead.
Or who to work with on a specific song, because you play to people's strengths, because everybody that we work with have the different thing that they're really great at, and finding where we can place them where they shine and help us shine the best when we're picking certain songs that we're working on in the studio. And yeah, shout out to our engineer, because he's literally the most patient. He loves working with us. He's always like wanting to teach us as well. So we're not just sitting there not knowing what's going on. He's showing us how to do it as well.
Yeah, I think that runs right into the next question. Those people who are with you in the studio, those producers, the choreographers, the writers, who are some of the people who have helped shape what you are today?
Yeah, we can literally
Kiki, Eli, for first off, this stunning visuals for Ain't Thinking About You music video, the Cuts to the Chase dance visualizers, another word visualizer. Like there's so many people that she was definitely like one of the main ones that like got our choreo, our music videos, like the image when you see Mako Girl singing the stage, like she's a heavy influence of that. And then even just for our foundation, Marvelous Enterprise, we always work with them, Mr. McIntyre, and like they helped us just get the foundation of being a girl group, being artists,
the artist development,
the training that we had went through.
We also wanted to shout out like Mr. James was our vocal coach. He passed a couple years, but he literally grew us to this point. Shout out to Dika, because she's who we're working with now, and she's been pulling us out of our shell, because
pulling us out of our comfort zone.
And we love her, and I think with us when we're working with people, they become family. So we're very picky when it comes to who's really helping us in those spaces like the studio. Shout out to Taylor and R Trail, because they also help out with our visuals and live performances.
Shout out to DJ Fahrenheit.
Yes, because he's been, and I feel like we have to give him a little shine, because he was also,
we didn't give him a lot of shine.
He was also making our show sets when songs didn't match, and he's like, the BPMs don't match, what are you trying to come up with? And he would make it work.
Literally like late night calls, really, listen, Fahrenheit, we got the shows that we want to put together. This song has to jump cut to this part of the track immediately. It's gonna flow right, and he's like, what do you mean? I don't get it. And then like we have to go on long calls, like kind of laying it out. Like we recorded our song worldwide in his basement of his house. Like literally, we've been through we literally grew up with him. Like he's like our uncle, like our DJ. This was really cool. He's awesome. And then also, just to name a couple people, I don't know if we said this already, but JT, our audio guru, like the quality of our music, it is because of him. Shout out to Jay Nance, who's always been capturing stuff behind the scenes for us and always helping us out just whenever we have stuff going on. Like so many people,
it's so many more people we can also add, so you guys know who you are. We appreciate y'all, but these core people are the ones who build Mako Girls, and what you guys see and have so much patience with us, or even wanting to teach us and make us better and see the vision even when sometimes we don't see it. They're like, no, you guys keep going, because what you're doing, it's nothing there, and we need that. So it's that encouragement.
Speaking on the patience and those coaches, I feel like a lot of people don't get the opportunity to see kind of behind the veil when it comes to the coaching and what it takes to be developed as an artist. What was a time for you guys where it was difficult? The coach really had to show patience, and you guys really, had a time with a coaching, like you said, breaking out of your shell. What was a moment where you're like, man, this is good coaching right here?
I
would say for us probably,
does everybody have their own?
It's like a couple. It's like for me, it's a couple, because it was like when we first started, because it was like a lot of numbers involved. So trying to do like social media and like posting a lot more. We weren't really like always the ones who like, oh yeah, we're gonna post this and it's gonna be amazing. Like having that kind of consistency was difficult. And then I would also say vocal wise, when we would struggle with certain things, and we're so passionate, like we want to get it right, we need, like we're in our mind like very like heavy thinking, like okay, we need to get this right, how we're going to sound right, and it doesn't come out the way we always hope sometimes. And of course, we break down and we cry and we get back up like, okay, let's try it again, or let's take a break, let's work on something and then try it again.
Okay, and now you got specifics for you.
Keenan's answer kind of threw me off for a second, so I'm trying to figure out what mine's. Okay, what was difficult, where we had to lock in really was when definitely. I mean, I signed us up for half of our boot camps that we did, but they will be very intense, and it goes beyond okay. At this point, you're tired, but you're going to be tired. Whatever you do, you got to push yourself to the max. And so it's will you have the strength to keep going, or you give up?
Or will you give up? Yeah.
We had to kind of have that group mental fortitude. Okay, we're going to do this, and it's not one of us is backing down. We're all going to support each other through whatever we're going through, and literally each thing we made it. It was hard, but we did it. So I think that's also why we're so mentally strong. It don't matter what you trying to do to take us down or something, or whatever we got going on, no matter how hard it is, we're able to get through it because we got that. I
just know mine just quick. It's definitely anything in the dancing world. I always had 2 left feet in the beginning. Just a head turn was a lot for me. So every time they know, okay, we're gonna spend a little more time with Mimi to get this groove right. And I just love that they push me and continue to encourage me. And sometimes when I second guess it, they're like, no, you know what to do. You just second guess yourself.
Look at you now.
Yeah, pressure. Oh my God, I just watched our videos from when we first started. So bad. I'm I extend our choreographer. Shout out to Shanae, because also she was the first person who was teaching us. Send her some flowers, because that head turn was not difficult, and she spent hours with us. So yeah,
I'm glad that you have those coaches around who are able to have the patience.
Yeah, literally.
To take you there, because a lot of things that you all got the coaching on, which is good for you, and things that maybe you haven't even really explored for real, and you need more help in, vocally, right? And so for them to be okay, these are people who really I have to build from the ground up, and for you all to have the passion in order to do that is super, super important. I feel that's what builds superstars, and that's why you are where you are today. Speaking of all that you've built upwards of 1.6 million followers on TikTok, nearly 100,000 on your group Instagram. That's some serious visibility. And so how has social media influenced your career compared to just traditional music promotion?
Crazy. Actually, social media has put us in a lot of spaces we probably would never thought we've been in, because of just the presence and people just loving our energy through social media. I was mentioning earlier. So we've had the opportunity of working with major brands like Nike, JD Sports, Beats by Dre, stuff like IHOP, who was balancing pancakes on our head for videos. We worked with Taco Bell, just crazy brands we could have never imagined to work with. And it's just really exciting to see that just our personality alone was something that got us to that point. And just we always use that platform to connect and then also push our music, or even just showcasing our sister relationship. So social media has been the biggest difference, and even just putting us out there, and people sometimes recognize us when we go places. So we gotta shout out TikTok specifically, because our 3rd video went viral. We were okay, this platform for real, we're gonna start posting, and then it just became something fun, and you just kept getting a lot of rewards from it.
Yeah, shout out TikTok. I talk to everyone about the discoverability on TikTok.
Yes.
The difference from Instagram. You go live on Instagram, they're only probably gonna show people that follow you. We go live on TikTok, they'll show anybody. Literally anybody. So I feel that's something that is really good, especially for a group like you all who visually can put that foot forward. TikTok's a great place to showcase those visuals.
Right.
And so do you all ever feel pressure to go viral, or do you treat TikTok more just a creative outlet?
It's a mix of both.
Yeah.
TikTok is okay, when you, at least where we're at right now, it's okay, cool, I got to make sure that whatever content we're making is purposeful, so that we can make sure that we're pushing our music as much as possible. But then also you want to be okay, I got to make sure that I'm in line with the algorithm, so I can make sure my videos are getting seen out, pushed out to the people. And so getting those people to also kind of trail back through our videos, and then see, they do music, okay, cool, let me also check them out for this, let me listen to their music and stuff. And so it becomes just a struggle to balance, I would say, more so what's more important to push out right now, discoverability or like pushing your music, and sometimes when your audio is not already trending, those videos are hard to push into the algorithm versus stuff that's already there. So you're just kind of battling both things all the time.
Or planting that seed of stuff that you need to, like, we want them to get to know us a lot more personable than us just doing our dance videos. So sometimes we'll put out this video of us talking to get to know us, and it may not do as well. So I feel like the pressure of like, okay, we need to make sure those numbers are still looking the way we need them to, can also be like some type of pressure, because you want to still put the content out there that's necessary for them to get to know you at the same time as you're like, you know, like we were saying, it has to be purposeful. It still needs to do something so it can get some eyes on the other content that we're creating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, do you guys ever dabble in, I know you guys, of course, go live on Instagram and stuff. Do you guys dabble further into the live streaming world? Have you ever live streamed like a day in the life or IRL content just following you around?
I'm not even gonna say, yeah, we haven't tried that like as consistent, because I feel like we'll be on there, we'll go on live for like an hour, just talk about whatever, literally. Or if we're doing content, we'll go live, and a lot of people will hop on TikTok. Like they'll just sit there and watch us try to do the dance 15 million times. But to catch us through the day, I know our management team literally always tells us to do that. I think for us, we just be so in the moment to forget to grab the phone and actually capture it for people to see. But there's definitely stuff that we can try, because they can see what the struggle is like getting ready. We've had times we had to get ready in the car, going places, didn't have time to fully get ready. So that would be something that we could definitely showcase.
Yeah, I think the best way to go is just have somebody follow you around with a camera. That way you don't have to actually remember to pick it up. It's just gone. You know, maybe you forget it's there, and then you really start to just enjoy life. And I feel like that will deliver the here's this person, here's what they do, without putting it in a here's the video format. It's kind of like, here, watch this day in the life, which might be a little more easily digestible than just here's a video of this person and who they are, you know, for a viewer who may not know you at all. And so I feel like that's something that would be really dope to look into, especially around Atlanta. And speaking on Atlanta and the icons that they birthed, from TLC to Sierra and Outkast, as a Atlanta-based girl group, how do you all see yourselves contributing to that legacy?
I feel like adding another group to the roster, to be honest, and just I want to see how we want to do this, because when we get seen, people honestly don't know that we're from Atlanta based on how we dress and how our sound is. So I feel like just showcasing the fusion of Atlanta style into different types of sound, because we kind of put that energy into every song we make. So I feel like that being in a mixture, like that Atlanta sound being in a mixture of different sounds, is what we're going to add to the industry.
Even if it's not in our music, it's in like the way we perform. Like we walk around with, whenever we speak for stuff, like you might not hear unless like our like ATLX now say, unless we're really comfortable, like we're relaxed, chill, no like okay corporate voice, like hello, we are the make, like we don't, none of that. It's like when we're real chills, when you hear like us really being like ATL. But in terms of like when we hit the stage, it's like there's certain artists that like you can tell like just how they grew up, just the area where they like the music scene. Atlanta artists just got that energy. I say it factor energy. When you walk in, it's like commanding the space. It doesn't matter where you ATL people gonna dress like they are winning Grammys.
They are Beyonce.
But the energy that they give off is like, wow, like I gotta see what they doing, and so we kind of even just kind of carry that energy sometimes, but in a positive way. So
yeah, I think that's a good energy to carry, and I think that's what those other artists that I mentioned, they did that really well. You know, they carried that, like when Outkast walked in the room, Outkast walked in the room. TLC walked in the room, the room stopped. Like the whole thing. And I feel like you guys have that exact same the energy factor, especially when you know we're just watching the videos online, and that's only a small piece of what you're able to deliver in person through the live performances, through the events. And so looking into those live performances and events, in closing, I want to know what's next for you guys. Maybe singles, maybe a tour, collaborations. What should we expect for you all?
Right. So we're excited. First of all, we are going to be bringing back our annual Carnival Glow Party. The event that we put on every year is the concert that we do around spring break time. Many people are super excited. We put different artists on. So we're excited to bring that back. Actually doing tangible things for music. So vinyl, CDs.
And probably in the works.
They're definitely in the works, and different merch items, because we want it to be, I think everything we're switching up now, like in the next wave of Mako Girls, is just being more intentional about the spaces we want to be in, who to just, hey, we're Mako Girls, this is what we do, can we come through, like just putting ourselves out there in the spaces intentionally to like get the eyes on us for what we need.
And of course more music behind the scenes as well.
Yeah. And then think, okay. Anything else?
Because see, as sisters, we also tend to like talk over each other. So I'm trying to make sure, okay, we all good. But yeah, definitely a lot of music coming from us. You guys are going to be hearing our sound grow like even more. So even more like different concepts of stuff that we're talking about in our music. And then videos, because we got to get a music video for celebration of all of our other songs that we have out there. So definitely get ready to see more looks from Mako Girls. More
we'll
music.
be in Vegas also very soon. We traveling. We're excited. We've been wanting to hit the West Coast so bad. So we're super excited to go there. I feel like, is that everything?
I feel like that's what we got at the top of the like list right now that we're working on. So.
Yeah, no, I'm excited.
Okay,
I know they're excited.
Yeah.
And so we're really happy to have Mako Girls come through and bless our presence with what I believe is going to be a brand that continues to grow and grow. I feel like, we're going to look up one day and it's going to be in Vegas on the Sphere.
Right. That would be amazing.
It'll be definitely crazy, and I'm happy that you came through to the Peak to kind of give us an insight as to what's going on right now before it gets too crazy.
That's right.
When we tap back in, we're going to be like, remember when you said, it's going great now. And so thank you guys for coming through and vibing out with us. Is there anybody else that you want to shout out before we get out of here?
I want to shout out our management, first of all, because they are with us 24/7, because they're our parents. We appreciate y'all and everything y'all do, the sacrifices, just the extra work behind the scenes that sometimes we don't get to. We see it and we appreciate it. And
shout out to our Mako Maniacs.
Mako Maniacs.
They go crazy for us and we go crazy for them. Thank you guys so much for constantly supporting us, and get ready for so much more Mako Girls content, music, everything. Get ready.
And we appreciate the family as well. Shout out to the family as well for supporting us, family and friends.
Yeah, because they come through for every show. They don't care if they've seen the same show 10 times. They're going to come pull up and support. We appreciate them. And we appreciate you. I love the way you worded the questions, even the introduction. I was like, I love it. That was very nice. I appreciate you just taking the time to showcase us and what we've been doing in our story. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, you all deserve it. I hope that you have more platforms to do so. Like I said, as things get bigger, we want to like keep track. Everybody wants that inside scoop now. So,
Right. Yeah, let's do it.
Dope. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys came through and vibed out with us, make sure you guys go follow on all platforms. And we'll see you guys next time, okay?